So one of my colleagues asked, is it all the GMOs that don't have seed? No. Some of them do have seed, but even the ones that have seed, their seed is sterile. They can't produce. Then a farmer from Benue State replied. He said, I'm a farmer from Benue State. He said Nigeria need more nutritious food and foods that will last longer. So basically, he's talking about trying to take me to the advantages and disadvantages of GMOs. For those two things he talked about are the merits of GMOs, you get. Well, I don't really want to go into that advantage and disadvantage because you can get that anyway. I'm more concerned about control. Some persons are not understanding what that control is about. But let me put it this way. Now, we're in the era of GMO. Everybody's into GMO, fully accepted. You can face a lawsuit. You can be jailed if you are being caught with a seed that doesn't have a patent number. That's what the control is all about. But let me properly answer the farmer, since maybe for him, the control is not a danger. Now, to answer him, firstly, he says he's from Benue State. For the past 10 years, what is the greatest challenge that farmers in Benue State have faced? Is it the lack and the absence of GMOs? Secondly, he talked about we need foods that last longer. I think he cited an example with tomato. There are 3 reasons why tomatoes perish faster. They have high level of ethylene that makes it arrive faster. A thin body that even a little puncture starts spoiling. They have up to 94% or 90% of water content. So all these things put together provide a good environment for fungi and bacteria. There's a way to solve that thing. Basic agriculture, elementary agriculture. If you live in a country whereby some persons are having things they are producing in their farm and they're spoiling, and there are some persons in another part of that country that are not getting that or getting that in too expensive, it means that the government are not doing what they're supposed to do. What are they supposed to do? It's basic amenities, basic agriculture. What they're supposed to do, you can build fast trains from rural communities that are farming, connect them to urban centers where they can easily transport their produce like fast, get it to the market, sell it and go back to their farm very fast. So more or less like the government are not doing what they are doing and they are setting up a system that makes us to fail and they are bringing the kind of solution they want. That one is their own. Secondly, now, thirdly, on the nutritious part of it, GMOs can be more nutritious than natural food. If you use tomato, for example, if you want to make tomatoes to have longer shelf life, talking about the genetic engineering. So what goes on here is that you delete the chromosome that is in charge of the too much production of ethylene. You also delete the chromosome that's in charge of the high water content. Also, engineer a chromosome that's in charge of the body that becomes the aso parts of the tomato, right? Make it to be a bit hard. So when you do this naturally, as you are removing those things, you are removing some things, some nutrition. Basically, that's what the advantage and disadvantage of genetic engineering is. So if you have a desired result, as you are going to get that desired result, there are some other result that is not desired, but they are good that you are going to delete. But I don't want to go into advantage and disadvantages. You get it is what it is normally. So now, what you have with GMOs is biofortification. Let's say we need more iodine in our body. So we can make tomato to start giving us iodine if it doesn't have iodine normally. That thing is called biofortification. But finally, my stance on this. My stance is simple. You as a farmer, you believe your problem is GMO, you need GMO. Go and get GMO. But me, I strongly believe that everybody should be in charge of what they eat. So that means you want GMOs, let those that don't want GMOs be. Let us not see a situation whereby you are using propaganda, you are compelling them, manipulating them into, everybody must go for GMO. You get that's wrong. Secondly, there's a solution to this. One way or the other, all of us, we have to return to agriculture, one way or the other, even in the smallest scale of it. If you can be able to grow things, you can eat things like ephemeral stuff that use 1 week, few days to grow. That's actually the solution to this thing, actually. But then, I'm still talking about the government. They create a problem, then they're giving you the solution that they want, the solution that is going to benefit them that they want. The greatest challenge farmers in Benue State face in the last 15 years, 10 years, is it the absence and the lack of GMO.